before moving abroad, we lived in a lot of different countries, and honestly, Panama wasn't our first choice. We looked at a few ones. I think you all kind of talked about some of them too. We looked at Thailand, we looked at Japan, we looked at Portugal. But ultimately, we chose Panama for our family. And in this video, we want to talk about why. And, we might actually go off on some tangents and rant. I just want to kind of let you all see us live process some of our thoughts here. But, the backstory here, we've always wanted to move abroad. That was something that was always a part of, our life, our story. Yeah. Even before we got married, I think I've said this in other videos, but I felt a calling on my life to move abroad from a young age. When we kind of came to Panama as the ultimate conclusion, it really was more so because it was close to home. Yeah. Right. It was quick flight. We want to stay close to family. Our oldest son is still back in Florida, and we want to have easy access to him. And for me, I didn't want to wait until I retired to move abroad. Yeah, same. I didn't want to wait that long. So our first choice actually was Portugal. Portugal was where our heart was in the beginning. But we both still work, right? Yeah. And we both still need our jobs. We need jobs. So we work for U.S. companies. We work on the U.S. time zones. And that 5-6 hour difference in Portugal, Thailand, looked at Japan, because we went to Japan in 2024. And oh my gosh, we fell in love with Japan, right? The food, the culture, it was just great. I'm a big anime fan, so Japan was on my heart since I was a jit, right? Facts. So that was a dream come true for me. And honestly, I felt like I was more at home when I was in Japan. Actually, when we left Japan, I felt homesick. I think I told you, I was rewatching the videos, looking at our pictures every day. I was feeling this home ache, right? But in the end, we were like, you know what? That ain't gonna work. Yeah. It sounds good in theory, but we need a place we can land in. As I said, we didn't want to wait. So how do we start the journey now? How do we begin the journey? We wanted to do it while our kids were young. We wanted them to experience different cultures while they're young. Yeah. So that was important to me. And for Panama, I have a family background, so it was always a curiosity about Panama. And we're like, well, let's look into that. So we started researching 3 years ago, living in Panama. Yeah. And we didn't move then because in the end it still was I'm going to go to Portugal, right? But here we are, getting our fully remote jobs, and we say, you know what? This is the time. We feel like I was saying, now's the time. We were going to try to make Portugal work. We were trying to push it. You remember that? It was not happening. It wasn't happening. We weren't getting the immigration appointments. None of it was working. We weren't getting that piece. For us, it's like a sign. If you're trying to do something, there's a difference between you working hard towards something and it's being complicated and it's building you in character. But it's a whole nother thing when you're trying to do something and the doors keep. It's like, no. We felt like I was saying no, either no or not now. And we didn't want to force anything that he wasn't telling us to do right now. Yeah. So we ended up coming to Panama. And one of the things that was really important to us as well was infrastructure, right? We work from home, so we needed good access to good internet. And overall, this is some of the better internet of other countries. In the city. Cost of living. Mm-hmm. We did. Yeah, give me a minute, okay? Okay. So our son wants for oatmeal. And so one of the things, the cost of living too, Panama is cheaper than the U.S. It's not as cheap as Thailand or Vietnam or Kenya, right? But it is cheaper. And it's less expensive for a lot of your main expenses. Not the cheapest. Your rent, your healthcare is daycare. A lot less. We had a video on healthcare, and we have a video on daycare, and both have been significantly more affordable. Rent as well as more affordable. So your major things are more affordable. But in the end, we just wanted to get started now. Right? Mm-hmm. So what's not to you? What made you decide Panama? Then what made you think, you know what, Panama? I would say the soft landing, like we talked about, time zone, soft landing. I saw that there were people here that looked like me, and when I say I saw, I mean obviously by other content creators, having what they had to say. But we did reverse searches, people, when they're looking at a country, they're like, okay, living in Panama, health insurance in Panama, experience in Panama. We did the reverse, negative experiences in Panama, cons of living in Panama, why you should not, right? Yeah. So we reverse the reviews. We don't go look for the good stuff, because if you don't only look for the good stuff, then YouTube and the algorithm, right? And AI is going to give you all the good stuff. So we reverse engineered it in our research.
So that's what I would say. Like that, the time zone, easy landing, easy to get back over to the U.S. Those really were the main reasons.
Yeah, and also with our kids,
it felt like it could be familiar.
Our kids being young still too, that was a big one as well. Like it's being close to G-Mom, right? They want to be close to our family.
Yeah.
But in reality, I gotta say, if we get the opportunity, so this isn't forever for us right now. We're still discovering it. So you all know we came here sight unseen. It wasn't like we came on vacation, and again, we've always said it before, and we get a lot of backlash because
we get a lot of backlash about coming here sight unseen, but that's our life. It's our life.
Yeah, like we do what we want to do. So
right,
you do what you want to do. If you want to come on vacation, you can do that. I honestly, I don't feel like a vacation would have given me this vibe here. Like, I would have came in here, staying at our short-term rental, getting breakfast and lunch every day, not actually going to school and working and going through and fell in love with the place, and then actually got here. You'd be like, oh crap, right? We just wanted, for us, this is a discovery. We're discovering right now. We want to begin that journey for our family sooner than later. We don't want to wait to retire.
Yeah, because you might not make it to retirement.
With no guarantee.
You wait until retirement. Like, for those who can, that's awesome. Congratulations. Mm-hmm. But not everyone's going to make it to retirement. Like I said in my last video, we had people retiring and then literally shortly dying after. So guess what? Who gets the pension? Probably nobody, especially if you don't have a spouse or children, right?
So you trade all that time.
So you trade all that time instead of the experiences. This is just our preference. We wanted to experience it now. Because, and also, not only that, your experience is going to be different in Panama if you are still working and have kids versus if you're retired. If you're retired, like, your time is yours. Mm-hmm. You can do anything you want during the day. But for us, we literally work every day from 9 to 5. Then we have our kids. And our weekends, we're trying to explore with them and also work on our side business. So it's kind of like hustling, but in another country, in Panama. But at least we get to, like, enjoy like a different culture and be able to go out and buy things and go eat at restaurants and have like lesser rent so that we can save more. So there's we weren't able to do that back home. We couldn't do all of that. It was just work.
And like you're working to survive.
That was it. Right. So we don't feel that now.
Some of you all might feel like you want to escape the U.S. because of whatever politics or like that. It's the same even here. Like the politics here. We talk to locals here, they complain about their president. Just how we complain about our president back home, they complain about their president here. We just want to interrupt this video for a quick moment. So thank you all for your support that you've been giving us with our videos. We really appreciate it. And the other thing we want to kind of let you all know is that we did create a checklist. Now, some of you have already downloaded it, and we thank you for that. But there is a link for our free pre-relocation checklist. It's pretty much everything that we wish we had done before we came here, and a lot of things we end up making mistakes on that we had to kind of backtrack on. Yeah. So learn from that. Another thing is we've been getting a lot of outreach, a lot of emails, and transparently, it's kind of hard to answer them all. So we do now offer one-on-one sessions for those who are interested in having a conversation with us, where you can ask us anything about it. We're not experts on it all, but we have gone through a lot here, and we feel like you can learn from our mistakes.
The locals telling us this now.
That's the same thing. They're saying that their health care. They're talking about their wages. That income hasn't raised, but cost of living keeps going up. It's the same exact complaints that you all are having back home. They're having the same complaints here. They want to escape the same rat race we're escaping, and it's the reason why people move. So you have people who move from here, or move from other countries to the U.S., and they're doing well, right? So since the beginning of time in history, the migration, immigration, and immigrating from where you live to the hopes of finding a better opportunity, right? So for us, it was like, back then you had internet. I mean, right now we have internet, right? Mm-hmm. So you could actually look at a place, you can research it, you can figure it out, you can look at the pictures, you can look at that. But back in the day, like our ancestors, and not even necessarily our ancestors got taken, but you know what I'm saying? Yes. In general, from the history of human beings has been you got on a boat.
Wow.
And you hoped that where you went, you wouldn't get eaten by dinosaurs. Right. And you had no ideas of where you went there on faith, on hope. When Abraham was called to leave from his land, God said, come over here. He said, where am I going?
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know where you're going. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where you're going to go yet. I'm not going to tell you yet. I'm not going to tell you. He told his wife, Sarah, like, hey, we gotta go. And it's kind of similar for me and my wife. Like, I called and I was like, hey, at some point we got to move. I mean, like, I feel called to go abroad. I don't know if Panama's forever, but it's for now.
It's for now, and it's teaching us a lot.
And we want to be stretched. We want to go somewhere where we're stretched and molded and I do believe that God has certain, he calls people. You know, I feel like in the book of Joshua, he said, you're going to lead your family into the land that I gave them. Yeah. I don't know what that land is yet, but we knew we wanted to get that started now.
Yeah, and we always call ourselves like the sacrificial generation, where we feel like we're the ones that like work hard, sacrifice a lot. Our parents did as well, but we also worked hard or working hard so that the next generation has it better, right? Our calling to come here felt similar. Like we felt like there was a lot of people on the fence about what it's going to be like moving to another country, specifically Panama and also other countries. And we was like, you know what? We could go out there and actually experience it and be able to report back to the people who are watching us like, hey, this is how it is.
Hey, it's good, y'all. Come on back.
Consider these things, and feel like you said, we were built for it. So
yeah, I feel like we this isn't like for us. We moved for jobs before we moved to Texas, sight unseen, apartment, sight unseen, all that stuff, and it worked out. And like that, God is just, if you feel like God is calling you to something, you gotta do that. And I said, ain't no vacation that would have done that for me. So we came here sight unseen because we were obedient. You have your own opinion on it. We wanted to go to Portugal, like we said, but when we prayed, no matter how much we prayed about it,
it was always
Panama. Peace on Panama.
We only got peace on Panama.
Only got peace on Panama. The only place he's like, you're gonna go there.
And you're gonna be fine.
And you'll be good. Right. Yeah. And it definitely, we were overwhelmed in the beginning because you're like, man, what the heck? And we made a decision kind of like.
And we were like, oh, I really want to go to Panama. But it was like,
it's just like Florida. It's hot.
Right.
I was like,
y'all going to Panama. Y'all going to Panama. We are still trying to determine why he has us here. But I gotta say, I don't feel any unsettling here. I don't feel like I'm wrestling with being here. I feel like I'm here and I'm supposed to be here for now. So each is on. Each is on.
Yeah, I just I'm reflecting on like just this whole journey in general of like Panama, moving abroad, being international. I think I mentioned earlier, I think it is highly spiritual. It's a highly spiritual thing. I didn't feel like I was trying to escape the US. I did feel like I was trying to escape my way of life. I feel like I was doing the same thing every day, which is still the same thing every day. But I feel like now I'm gonna have more of an opportunity to build. Like I feel like I have more margin to pay off debt, more margin to invest in business, more margin to save. I feel like when we were back home, we were saving, but it's such a slow creep. You put off debt, it's like 19 years, you're gonna pay it off. And then what happened is that we've been debt free before, but then I got laid off, and then you're like back in that spot, and like I know, you should have a savings. You know how long it takes to save up 6 months? You gotta have the job long enough. You gotta not get laid off by a corporation before. So we were working on our 6 month emergency fund. We maybe I got 2 months, got the 2 months working. You get laid off for a year, and you're not out of work for a year. You run through 2 months very quick, very easy. And the cost of living changes. So whatever you saved for 2 months back then, when it's time, eventually with inflation, it's gonna be more. So, and U.S. is, man, being here, I would say I have a greater appreciation for the U.S. From the perspective of like, man, we were spoiled. Even with that cost of living and those things, it still was like, man, we got some good conveniences. Like we were really spoiled. But at the same time, like, I think that makes you lazy too.
It does. It was making us lazy. Just so easy to get things.
It just make you want to roll over. It's like, I just do. I'm just keep doing this. And rather too, the more convincing it is, easier to spend. So like, I think like Amazon, it was so easy to get Amazon. Yeah, you can get Amazon here too.
But you're gonna pay a lot for it.
You're gonna pay more. It's gonna take you longer. You're not gonna get it the same day. Many times you order stuff and 2 hours later they dropped it on our front porch. I mean, Amazon stayed in our front, stayed in front of the buy house.
Yeah.
Staying in front of the buy house. You know what I'm saying? They came. Yeah. Amazon stayed there. So it's always like it's so easy.
Yeah.
Purchase here. It is you to really you really think about it a lot more. Some of the things I would just say have been good, and why I'm glad we have chose here first has been, like I said, while still working, it's been nice being in the same time zone. But I can imagine now, if I had been in Portugal or Thailand, now trying to work these hours, not getting no sleep. Ooh.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm starting to like really love the people, our service people. Like, okay, our security guard awesome, in our building is like 3 of them, our administration, the people at our kids' daycare, and just the locals, like the people who provide services and that we, services that we go to regularly. Like, it's like, hey, what else? They know our orders now. They're always asking, like, where are your kids?
Those
like,
ice cappuccinos? Sin azúcar? Para llevar? Like, yes.
You know. Yeah. And I'm loving that and then the kids are able to practice their Spanish too. Like, buenos dias. And like, just bumping our security guards and stuff like that. And just tight. Like, we had a babysitter here a while back, and they had our daughter wanted to go outside, and the babysitter didn't have permission to take our daughter outside. So the security guard texted us, and he was like, "Hey, does the babysitter have permission to take the girl outside?" That was in translation.
We were like, nah. We were running down.
Right, they were outside. So obviously we had to communicate that with the sitter, but like they looking out. So I like that.
And so the thing, so I guess this video is really like why we jumping on, why we're actually glad we did.
Yeah,
like, I'm actually glad we did. Like, right now, I don't know how I would feel if I was in Portugal right now. I mean, I might have loved it, right? I don't know. But I'm glad we're here now that I am here. But there always that part back in my head, like, wow, okay, I did this. I made a jump. It was almost like kind of popping the cherry of moving abroad, right?
Yeah.
Of like, okay, I've done it now. I've crossed this hurdle of finally leaving. It's really hard to leave home.
Mm-hmm.
So even when you do feel strongly, like, oh, it's time for me to go, it's time for me to go. Man, comfortability is tough to leave. You gotta sell your stuff.
And the courage, the courage it takes to move abroad. Like, the jobs that we have are challenging, right? And so there are moments where I'm like, oh, this is a lot. But we're like, yo, we do hard stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we move abroad. We can do these roles. Like, we can do this job. So, like,
hard doesn't mean you don't do it.
Hard does not mean you don't do it. So just popping the cherry, moving out of the country, trusting God. That's like number one. Mm-hmm. Like, it ain't like Lee said, it ain't like we burned bridges back home. Like, our family be like, come on back.
Yeah, everyone coming back.
Like,
we got you. We got
no problem. And then it would be easy to just go back and get, rent a place back home.
Yeah, because we can go back now.
But it's like we felt called to come here. We wanted to experience Panama. And I think the roots that you have here with your dad having Panamanian, his father is no longer here, but like having that just kind of yearning to come and see what it's about. And I think God.
Mommy, see, that's how you do it.
Okay, baby. I think that.
See, that's how you do it. He said, "I want this oatmeal." Y'all told me you gonna come
there
with oatmeal.
There's a reason why we're here. There is a reason why we're here, and we met a pretty much cool actor. So
we went for team
say hi,
explore. Oh.
Hi.
All right.
Okay, get up out of here. We're gonna get you oatmeal, man.
All right, I'm coming. Peace.